Hello everybody. All right, this is week 8, part 3. This will be the last video for this week because of our Memorial Day holiday. So we are back on Unit 9, Lesson E. This is our writing lesson. So if you could, everybody get your feet flat on the floor. Oh, before you do that, I just want to say thank you again for doing the work to keep up your English skills and to improve your English skills. I know things are very hard right now and we are in a strange time, but I am very, very proud of you for continuing to work and continuing to study and continuing to, make yourself better. So, way to go. Keep it up. You can do it. Okay, now that I've said that, let's go ahead and get our lessons started the way that we like to do. Feet flat on the floor, arms and hands relaxed. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more time. Great. I feel ready to start. Do you? Okay, so this is our writing lesson. Last video, we read a paragraph about the causes and effects of smog. So your homework was to fill out the graphic organizer based on the paragraph we read. So I will read the paragraph one more time, and then we will go over the answers to the graphic organizer from the paragraph. All right. The causes and effects of smog. Smog is a serious environmental problem in my city. One cause is that there are too many cars on the roads and highways. Most of the cars have only one person, the driver. People seem to take a lot of unnecessary trips. They drive to the drugstore instead of walking 2 blocks. Another cause of smog in my city is that we use too much electricity. Since many homes are not energy efficient, our city's power plant has to produce more electricity. The burning coal from the power plant produces more air pollution. The smog is thick, so the air is hard to breathe. Consequently, on many days, it is unsafe for children and senior citizens to be outside. Smog also kills many trees and plants that produce oxygen and clean the air. If people drove less and used less electricity, I am sure our air quality would improve. Give me just one moment. Okay, where were we? Yes, so the paragraph. We already see on our graphic organizer, they've given us the problem, which is smog, right? Okay, And then they've given us one cause. Which is too many cars. Now, it is best to continue down one cause and then stay on that track instead of going horizontally when you are creating a graphic organizer. It is, oh, sorry, those are the answers. It is better to go, here we go. It's better to go problem, cause, detail, detail, effect, right? It's better to go that way and then that way, right? And then maybe one other effect. It's better to go that way and that way because that follows a line of thought. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you've got too many cars, then the next logical thought is, what do you mean, too many cars? Why are there too many cars? Well, let's see, detail number 1. Most cars only have one person. Right? So the idea there is that if people would they would take the time to plan and carpool or share rides with friends and other people, then that would reduce the number of cars driving on the road, right? Okay, and there's one more detail that they did not give. Do you know what it is? They did not give it in the organizer, but it's in the paragraph. What's another way that we see why there are too many cars? People take unnecessary trips, right? They could be walking 2 blocks to the drugstore, to the pharmacy, to the grocery store, wherever, but instead they drive. So that's unnecessary air pollution getting into the air, right? Okay, so the effect of having too many cars on the road, the effect is that the air is hard to breathe. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe. Okay. Now, let's look at the other cause. So what's another cause they give in this paragraph? People use too much electricity. Right? You see that where it says, another cause of smog in my city is that we use too much electricity. Okay, and then what are the two details, supporting details that they give for that? One, homes are not energy efficient. Right? So if they are not energy efficient, they are not using energy in the best way possible, so they end up using more electricity than they have to. Okay, and then another detail. Power plants because people use electricity, power plants have to burn coal, which is a natural resource that is finite. And so not only is coal finite, but when you burn it, it creates all that smoke that we see in the picture, and that also has terrible environmental impact. So what is the effect? What are two more effects of all of this? So the effect of smog is the air is hard to breathe. It's unsafe for children and elderly to be outside. Right? And what's the last effect that they share with us? Smog. What question do we ask when we are looking for the effect? To find the effect, we ask, what happened? So the problem is smog, but what happens? It kills trees and plants. Specifically, trees and plants that help create more oxygen and purify the air. Interesting side note, I don't know if you saw this, but apparently because of the coronavirus and because of everyone being told to stay home, there were some cities in India that for the first time, because people have not been driving, people have not been going everywhere, for the first time the air has been clear enough to see the Himalayan mountains from their city in India. Normally the sky is so cloudy they can't see the mountains, and now they can. Isn't that amazing? That's a very clear example of how people even just cutting down on people driving, it can help the quality of the air. So I think that's pretty amazing. Okay, so now it's your turn. Um, your assignment is to pick, let me just read it directly to you. Plan a paragraph about an environmental problem in your city or community. Include the causes and effects of the problem. Use the graphic organizer to make notes on your ideas. Okay, so I will admit this is a pretty challenging assignment. Off the top of my head, I did not know enough about the environmental issues of Atlanta to write a paragraph. I know generally the air quality is not great and there are probably many other environmental issues, but I had to do some research. So I wanted to tell you, I think the easiest way for you to do this is to visit a website that I will send in the WhatsApp group. I will send you the link so you don't have to worry about it, but it's called southernenvironment.org, and it is a, let me look at it. It is the Southern Environmental Law Center. So these people are advocates who are lawyers that help protect the, where did it go? They help protect the environment specifically in the southeastern United States. That's their whole purpose for existing, is to protect the environment. So if you go to their website, you will see all of their main causes and the main important things that their priority projects. So it says our big issues. So you go to their big issues and they have clean energy and air, clean water, mountains and forests, coast and wetlands, wildlife and special places, and then a healthy environment for all. So big issues, there are 6 of them that they focus on, but within all of those, so let's click on clean water, for example. When you click on clean water, you'll see, I should show you this, but it's fine. I'll send everything in the WhatsApp group. You will find different things, different ways that they are fighting to keep clean water. So my example, I'm going to erase this. So this is not specific to Atlanta, but you can do something specific to Atlanta. And let me just say, you can choose any topic that you want to. But if you are stuck and you need help coming up with details and specific causes of a problem, this website is helpful. So you don't have to use the website, but if you need help, this is a good resource. So I went to the website and I said, let's look at the problem of pollution in the water. Water pollution. All right. So one cause, for example, where did I put it? One cause, remember the question you ask to find a cause is why did something happen? So water pollution from industrial animal operations. All right. So these are these are the big operations that have like 10 million hogs every year. Pigs, they'll come through and they raise them specifically to kill them to make bacon or whatever, pork products you want. So the problem, there are many problems, but when it comes to water pollution, some of these industrial animal operations, they were dumping the animal feces and animal urine into open waterways, rivers, lagoons, creeks, anything. So that's detail number 1. Okay. And that's a problem. I will tell you the effect in a second, but the other problem is that feces and other animal matter was being sprayed onto the land nearby. Okay. And the problem with that, how that has to do with the waterways, is that the land of this particular farm that they're talking about is in a floodplain. So it would flood the land and then more feces would get into the water. So the effect is they found out that people living near these industrial farm animal operations, the people are sick. They are very sick. They are more sick than other people are. Like, they are more likely to have kidney disease, more likely to have lots of other health complications. So the effect, remember the question we ask when we're looking for the effect is what happened? So what happened is people got sick, all right? All right, so we are out of time, but I hope that example helps you, because once you finish planning your paragraph like this, then you write a paragraph, okay? So that's your homework, is to write out a paragraph that should be about the same length as the paragraph in our book that we just read on page 118. Okay? I will send that link to the WhatsApp group. But in the meantime, happy studying, all right? And happy Memorial Day. I'll see you next time. Ciao.